Hello everyone, this is Viewtifulyoshi, and welcome back to Danganronpa. In the last episode, we found both Hifumi's and Taka's dead bodies, and now, well, for some strange reason the bodies are now missing, so we're just gonna have to go around and look for them. Where am I even going? Yeah, 4th floor's blocked. Man. I don't even... Man, why would they kill 2 people? What's the point? Ay. Well, hey guys, what's going on? Where could those 2 bodies disappear to? Well, there's a back room here. Did you guys look back here? Huh? Door must be locked. Oh, okay, well I guess that explains that. Did you have anything else to say, Sakura? We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Yeah, oh, wait a second. What the devil? We came back here earlier and the door wasn't locked then. Well, we better keep that in mind. Leave the area? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Can't do much about that. Man. We're just supposed to look around in the 3rd floor some more, or... Well, this place looks the same, more or less. Maybe we need to try a different floor. Hey, I honestly don't know, actually. Okay. Maybe we should try a classroom, then? How many more other areas have we not checked out? Unless they want us to go back into the science lab. Getting tired of this. Well, screw you too, Monokuma. We're trying our best. Makoto?
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Well, you mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies have both been hidden in the repository. I already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository? Geez, weren't we just there? Huh. And how come Hina and Sakura didn't see? They were standing right there the entire time. Oh, this is a weird case. Okay, let's go ahead and go in. Is it just me or does the sound skipping for a second? Are the bodies here somewhere? Well, they would be in the back, if anywhere. I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Well, here we go. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Yeah, I guess. Then I had no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... Oh, the 2 bodies that disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. Wait a minute, announcement? What?
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Wait, what? And so here we are.
The Monokuma File!
Without further ado, I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is
Well,
waiting
make
for
sure
you.
to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Okay? Well then, excuse me? Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. Again, it's a visual novel. So... What? This wasn't...
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming? Hifumi! Wake up! Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak. Come on, you gotta wake up! I remember everything. Before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light. It's reaching out to me. Like the tail of a comet. Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu. Hiro.
Hiro? His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagaki. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people, even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, the time is not all that life or death. This time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this, to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Investigate. First, I better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Let me try that again. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaku Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It was thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. Yeah, this all seems very strange. There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Am I talking about Kyoko?
Perhaps.
Without a doubt. She has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma
Don't be
appears!
rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question?
Yeah.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
so then.
So are you saying that nobody will work together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget. No matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
We only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal?
well,
Okay, let this... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify this whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person.
well now.
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blackened, and accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would have been connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true then, Kyoko, where are you?
However,
As long as she's not connected to this case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for this time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? Talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended. What? You. When did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack.
You gotta be kidding.
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what, am I like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine how any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I'll calculate every move I make. I'm not going to kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing. Actually, that's a good point. Well, to a certain extent, I guess, because you don't really have a choice at this point, but that's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then.
Hina and I can handle it. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Hina, excuse me. Sure, I'd be totally useless on this on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear
I don't know
now.
about that, but then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Monokuma file number 3 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Yeah. Well, besides the obvious fact that this is a game and it would be too obvious just to point at Hiro, there's just so many strange things about this case. Then again, it could just be, you know, a cover-up for Hiro actually doing it to begin with, but... Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything too special outside of what we're looking at right now. Taka, he'll never move again. According to Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind when the body was moved. Blue tarp was added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. And let's see here. Wait, okay, so we can check out Hifumi again too. It looks so weird when they're 2D like that. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. That's up 3 floors. Yeah. How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. And there's not even an elevator or anything. They have to use the stairs. I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from the Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor of the nurse's office. Wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. His glasses? When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? Why would they do that? Who would do that, and why? Alright. And looks like we got the dolly over here. Was this used to move the body? Doesn't have a handle. In the art room, okay. Kinda awkward, you have to bend down to use it. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. Oh, blood stain. So there's blood on the wheel, and it was in the repository. What's the explanation for that? Well, that one might seem kind of obvious. Well, we shouldn't jump to conclusions. Alright, and the last thing we need to check out is all these missing hammers. These are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all. And it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer which has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Are we missing anything else here? Sorry, the sun just came out right at the angle where my it's shining right in my eyes. Okay, well, maybe we should talk to everyone in the room before we continue on. Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. After Hifumi and Taka's body disappeared, we split up to look around, right? Me and Sakura stuck together, and we came to the repository to, look around. Right? Yeah, we noticed that too, actually. It was locked? Makoto, we did that ourselves. And who locked it? And why was it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There must be a secret lurking in there. But I probably had to leave this area to figure it out. Well, I guess that's a clue for later. Stupid son. Okay. Sakura, what do you got for us? There are many aspects to this incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Oh, actually, no. This is actually not necessary. She just recalls, like, the entire, the entire sequence we did with, finding Celeste and everything up to that point. It's actually a really useful, but for time purposes, we won't go through it with her. It's not necessary to move on to plot, if I remember. Do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Ifumi said when he died, he said Hiro's name.
So in other words...
And there's no way to suspect anyone. Then there's no way to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? Is that all that bothers you about this case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. And that's kind of simplistic, don't you think? The other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing 2 people?
What?
What? Because all the rule says is if you kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on. Perhaps... I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay? Oh, come on, Togami, share with the rest of the class.
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Oh, what's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Bye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. God damn it. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he figured something out. But if he did, would I have killed him to tell me what it was? Ugh. Actually, if Togami was helpful, it might just kill him. Yeah. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone to the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there was no way someone could have beamed them to the repository, so that certain someone. Repository door has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. There's some places I already know about. The nurse's office, the equipment room, and okay, I guess that's it for now. Here, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I just put on my hat to block the sun. Okay, so there doesn't look like there's anything in this room. So let's just go back to where. Well, we're already on the same floor, so we'll just go back to where Taka was found in the equipment room. Yeah, for the science lab. So in we go. I'm sorry, guys, but. Again, since I did kind of beat the game before, I don't really have much to say during these little segments that might lead to spoilers, so don't have much to say in ways of commentary at the moment. But, well, besides saying the obvious, like, there's clearly tracks here. Some kind of tire track, right in the middle of the blood pool. Yep, there was blood on the tire. Could this blood have come from here? Well, that's what logic would dictate. So that would definitely have been possible. Yep, so you wouldn't have to deal with stairs. But Dolly was used to Mutaka's body. Then what about Hifumi? Yeah. There's a way to get up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. And of course we have, what was it? 4? Yeah, Justice Hammer 4. Okay, so that was the clue. Okay, Genocide Jill, have anything for us? I was sleeping here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such an untimely rare event. Well, good for you. Or unlucky, I don't know. Actually, is there anything else in here real quick? Oh wait, there's a tarp over here. Almost missed that. What? This tarp? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. And just recently, too. Oh, nope, I guess that was just a Monokuma coin. Alright, but that does kind of hint about another aspect of the case, I guess. So, let's go ahead and leave the equipment room. Alright, and actually, can we just use the map? Because we do know that, we need to go back to the nurse's office. There we go. 1st floor, here we go. Turn off the map. Alright, so what do we have in here? Actually, do we need to check the library too? Because that's where we found Hifumi the 2nd time. Oh wait, was that the 1st time? Anyway. Okay, Celeste, what can you tell us? I'm not investigating anything. Precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing in my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When this appeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone? You could not have gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of anything less than impossible. Celeste's account has been added to the Truth Bullets section of our handbook. And, well, let's see here. That's just the camera. There's something in the trash can, though, by the looks of it. It's just a normal trash can. Wait, there's something inside. Glasses cleaning cloth? There's some kind of cartoon character on it. It's covered in blood.
Oh.
Did you find something? There's a cleaning cloth in the trash can. A cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. Well, we'll go ahead and add that to the Truth Bullet section of our handbook. And, well, let's see here. Let's go ahead and check out Justice Hammer 3 then? I left the weapon behind. And, okay, there's nothing about the pool of blood right there, right? Oh, wait. What is this? A refrigerator? Is there anything to drink inside? After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions. Wait. Why doesn't a high school have blood packets for transfusions? It can't be a normal thing. Maybe that's for, like, really big high schools? I don't know. It doesn't help me, though. I'm not a vampire. Or are you? No, he's probably not. Okay, well, I guess that's at least nice that we found that. Okay. So, is that it for this room? I thought there would be a bit more, but I guess not. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I want to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet me in the dining hall? This is a note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an
It's
impression.
all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Bye.
Yashihiro's message was been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. He said to go to he said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Well, actually, I just want to take a look at this real quick. This is a note that Yasuhiro wrote to get everyone to meet in the dining hall. Meet in the dining hall. Okay, I was hoping it would give us more information than that. But why don't we just go ahead and head over to Hiro's room then? It should only take a second to get back there. Oops. Dorm rooms. There we go. Is there another warp point closer? There we go. Okay. And he should be like right here. Yep, he was right next to Hifumi. The door is unlocked? I guess I can go inside? Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm going to take the plunge. What could possibly be in here that's that important? This is Hiro's room? There's all kind of weird stuff in here. Where did he even get it from? Yeah, did he bring all this on the first day? What? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Well, we got the cameras, his bed, the bathroom, and, well, what else? I think there's something in the cardboard box. Blueprints for something? Looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? It's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Robo Justice blueprints have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, was there anything else? Bathroom, monitor, door. Well, is there anything in the bathroom, I guess? I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? Alright, well, at least we checked. Yeah, might as well leave, I guess. Makoto! Big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko! Oh, good! Is she okay? Where is she? Well, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran up to the second floor as fast as I could. Well, what the devil's going on over here? Well, yeah, that's Kyoko, alright. Kyoko! And...
I mean...
What the hell? Ew, man, I have had the worst day. Hiro? Well, actually, let's talk to Kyoko first, see what she has to say. I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke him up.
mean.
I still can't believe you kicked me. I could have been a little more you could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Yeah, kinda is. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden, without a trace. There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she said that, but does she have any idea? Did you know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, I have no idea. One second I was asleep, I don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all wrong!
I didn't make this stupid frickin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you could get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. What? Hold on a second.
Honestly...
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
Wait, what? In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking people
That's terrible!
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hiro running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who could wear this costume. Who else could possibly be the costumed attacker? How'd you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're going to be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit? Shouldn't that be missing a beat? Whatever. Hina started putting on the Robo-Justice costume.
See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
But... So, Hiro did all that without being able to bend the waist? Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's 'cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Come on, Makoto, bro, it's fine. I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See? I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
Terrible.
Which is how we know it was him. I mean, is this really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, tell me? The Robo Justice costume has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Well now what? Oops, I didn't mean to talk to Kyoko there. She looks like she's lost in thought. Okay, let's talk to everyone else.
Oh.
Now I expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. Where was Kyoko? I have no
Then
idea.
perhaps-
Yeah. Well, let's not jump to conclusions. What if I am? Well, that's true too. If I were the mastermind, that's exactly what I would do to earn your trust. Right. Okay, what about you, Togami? It looks like more and more like it really was a setup. Yeah, I actually have to agree with you there. But, well... There's just so many things about this case that are so weird. There's no talking your way out of this one.
What the heck?
If you really don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? That's a decent counterpoint. Who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Ifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. If those 2 were the ones that were killed, that's it. I know who did it.
So then,
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Ifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
At least 30%
Which means
right.
Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have... Wait, what?
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
What? Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so
I know,
petty.
that note. The note? What?
Um.
Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find it, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's be in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So,
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. If that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Oh, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy
Just
it.
a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. But please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe, give us a reason. What the heck? For serious? Yashihiro's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why'd you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why... Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me. Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? You're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was going to ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura had gone to a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation. It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Oh, okay. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time. Will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. Thanks. To reject me so simply. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
Okay, well, we can go ahead and do this next exciting episode of Danganronpa. Honestly, I was kind of hoping we'd get to the class trial this time, but I forgot how long this investigation went. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out, y'all.